Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this morning with Fred and Layla, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is her ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction. And the only correction that we give is a little tug and let go on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Both of your dogs are going to come home with their very own training collars, and you'll be taught how to use them properly during your follow-up training session. Now, Layla is sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. The command is Layla heel, and I know that you wanted your dogs to walk nicely on a leash, and this is one of the most important commands. And she's also been taught to sit automatically when you stop walking to wait for her next command. So when you're walking your dogs down the street, you can easily walk with them at a heel position, not forging ahead and dragging you, and sitting nicely when you stop at corners or perhaps to talk to a neighbor, instead of jumping around and jitterbugging all over the place. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. You're going to practice working with this exercise indoors as well as outdoors, working from 1 minute up to 3 minutes. When Fred returns back to his dog, he walks all the way around her as an additional distraction. Believe it or not, that's hard to teach. Where he returns back to heel. So remember that all of your exercises start and stop at heel position. And you can practice your heel and your automatic sits when you're out for a walk. All your stationary exercises can be practiced right indoors. Nice automatic sits. Heeling nicely, paying attention to her trainer. Remember, your stationary exercises, your sit-stay, helps to develop attention span, focus, and maturity. So you can put both dogs, now she got up, so you heard Fred say no, sit, stay. Made her repeat the command. This time, instead of returning back to her, Fred demonstrates the recall or the come on command. She comes right in front and sits facing your knees, and that eliminates the jumping problem that you were having. So you're going to be able to use this video as a guide when you're working with your dogs, and I highly recommend working indoors as well as outdoors. That barking dog is a neighbor's, not ours. He leaves her in another stay. He's going to use her name. He's going to lighten his tone a little bit, but he doesn't want to get her up over the top, and she comes right in and sits beautifully and goes back to heel and back sitting. Very nicely done. Now Fred's going to set up to show you the down commands, and even with the distraction of that incessantly barking dog, she's not even reacting. She's focused on Fred. This time he's going to show you the down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and use the one-word firm command to stay. Down, stay. The long down stay in basic obedience when you're practicing right in your living room is 3 minutes, working up to 5 minutes. And you can see that she's happy about doing her training. When Fred returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her just as he did on the sit-stay. As an additional distraction, he gets back to heel, and then at that point she expects to get another command. And he tells her to heel. And they are going to demonstrate that down from a heel position one more time for us. Left open palm, straight down toward the ground, down and stay. And I want you to practice this right in your living room with both dogs at the same time. Each of you can take a dog and practice, practice. This time Fred will call her out of that command. Tells her how good she's doing, because coming to you should always be praised and rewarded. And now Fred's going to set up for your down from a distance. He's going to leave her in a sit-stay. He's going to walk away from his dog. This is the only time that you will see him use his right hand to give the command. And he drops her into a down from a distance. Now we have demonstrated for you your healing, your automatic sits, your stay, your down from a distance, and your come. These are the exercises that you're going to be taught how to put into practical application in your real life living situations at home. We've really enjoyed having them, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company, and Happy New Year.